and this is Kidlife Live. Thanks for joining us and jumping on. Hey, tell us if you're out there. We love to hear from you, and we're going to need your help today because we've got a few things we want to hear from you on. So, to start with, you'll see where we're going. I want to know, what's the worst thing you've ever eaten? Like, ask your kids, ask your family, post it in there. We got a lot of responses. Worst thing you've ever eaten, and maybe it was intentional, maybe it was by mistake, but worst thing you've ever eaten, it's going to come into play here in a little bit, as well as with the videos that we post out there. All our lessons, real.life/family resources. A lot of great stuff out there today for your preschoolers, your elementary kids, your preteens, and your students. Because we want you guys to have those resources you need, even though we can't meet together in person and things are always seeming to change with this whole pandemic thing. We still want to connect with you guys. In fact, spoiler alert, something new coming next week. You'll start seeing faces of some of our Kidlife people in some of those videos. So that'll be kind of fun to see them. But we want to keep connecting with you right here. So, hey, thanks for jumping on and hanging out. With that, if you didn't notice the video, you can always watch this back on our Facebook page. There was some fun stuff at the beginning. We like to just have fun intro videos just to give you guys a chance to join us and be a part of that. So without further ado, we love to bring in experts on our various age groups. And so the preeminent expert in our household on preschoolers happens to be Ruth. And it's not just because she's the shortest member of our household. Well, you're not the shortest. I guess Abe is shorter. But it's because you know preschoolers. Yes. Okay, I asked you this yesterday. So I'm going to ask you again just to prove how much of an authority you are. PJ Masks. Can you name for me any of the characters from PJ Masks?
There's Owlette.
Owlette. Okay, we got Owlette.
Catboy.
Catboy.
And Gecko.
And Gecko, you named the three. See, I told you, she's an expert. Maybe you know some of the characters that are not so nice in there. You can post those out there. We love for you guys to join us. Hey, what's up, Cruise family? I think Lily and company are joining us out there as well. So thanks for jumping on, guys. We love to hang out with you guys here, and we know some of you guys watch us afterwards. So welcome to you as well if you're catching up later on watching snippets of this. We're going to have some fun today, and we want to start with what we're teaching our preschoolers this month. Ruth, what are they learning this month?
I can believe in Jesus.
That's right, the bottom line right above her head, right there. I can believe in Jesus. This idea, and it really is not just for preschoolers, but for all of us, and our elementary kids are learning a lot of the same thing, is what is it that we know to be true so that we can believe in Jesus? Because we can't necessarily see him, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we can't necessarily get up and give him a hug, but there's a lot the Bible can tell us about, right? Now, one of the ways we do that is through Scripture. And we think it's super important. You don't have to know it all. You don't even have to know all the details, but we do think if you can help your kids and you, as a kid, can start to learn God's Word, God's going to use it to do some pretty awesome stuff with you guys. So, Ruth, one of the ways we learn our memory verse is with some actions.
Yes.
Right? Are you ready to show them the actions with the Bible verse?
I think I can do it.
You think you can do it? Okay, you've been working on it. You're an expert in the small people land. Okay. Question. Have you ever found a preschooler that's taller than you?
No.
Probably not. Okay, I just thought I'd see. I don't know. It's just a random question. We love random questions. Okay, Ruth, are you ready? Do you want me to read the verse and you do the actions? Or are you going to do it all? You're going to do it all. She is a one-stop wonder. Okay, here we go, Ruth. What do you got?
These are written so that we may believe that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God.
Mm-hmm.
John 20:31.
No, I love it. New Living Version is where that comes from. It's a longer verse for our preschoolers, but we've got this summer to work on it. So we thought, hey, what a great idea. And those actions are super helpful. Anytime we talk about God's Word, parents and preschoolers, we always make this sign. It just reminds us of a book, right? We can open and close it. Anytime we talk about Jesus, we love to point up because the Bible tells us he went to heaven, he's waiting for us. Anytime we talk about thinking or believing or a mind, what do? Boop, right there. You can use both hands, you can use one, right? And we talk about the Son of God, so it reminds us kind of rocking a baby. Just great ways to remember that. And so hey, we would love to hear from you if that's something that you've learned, that you're learning with your kids. Because, hey, listen, if you're an elementary kiddo, but this one's easier for you to learn, go for it. Like, there is no scripture you will ever learn that God's not going to use, right? So, Ruth, that being said, because it's I Spy, they do a fun activity in the clubhouse today that I thought we would try, and you could even try at home. You want to do an activity with me? Mm-hmm. Yep, okay. So, Ruth and Gemma did this earlier. So you can see, I'll let you hold that one up. So they took white crayon, that's all it is, white crayon, and they drew a message on a piece of paper. Then they took watercolors, you can use a lot of different things, markers, stuff you may have around your house, and they painted over it to reveal the message. So we turned this into a game. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So Ruth wrote a message on a piece of paper, and I wrote a message. You can't see it, and I guess technically Gemma helped me, but so props to Gemma. You can't see our messages, so here's how it's going to work, Ruth. Mm-hmm. We are going to have 3 guesses to try to guess what word is on this piece of paper. Okay. And then we're going to reveal it with our paintbrushes. Okay? Not just yet, because I don't want to, spoiler alert this thing. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to give a clue or you want to go first?
You go first.
Me go first. Ruth, your first clue is Zane. Do you have a guess? I'll give you 3 guesses even.
Boy.
Boy, oh, that's a good guess. Okay, what's one for me?
Furry.
Furry! Oh, I'm going rabbit.
Okay.
Okay. My next one is bright. If you think you know it, help Ruth out. You can give her a shout out. As we get those, what's up, Angelica? We're glad you are here as well. We'll be watching to see if you could help us out with any of these guesses. All right?
Light.
Light. Oh, light's a good one. Okay, what's one? Okay, you got one for me?
Tail.
Tail. Okay, I've got furry and I've got tail. Fox.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll give you one more. Are you ready? I gave you Zane. I gave you light. Or no, I gave you bright, right? And I will give you hot.
Sun.
Oh, good guess. We'll see. We'll see if the message is true. She says sun, if you happen to know. Monkey. Someone guessed monkey. Miss Kelly guessed sun as well, except she spelled it S-O-N. Interesting. How might it be spelled? Does spelling count? Kind of, but not really. Okay, give me one more. I'm going to get it.
What about lazy?
Lazy. I'm going cat.
Cat.
Furry tail, lazy tip me on cat. Are you ready to reveal the message? Now, I'll be honest with you guys. This was a struggle yesterday for me in painting. You'll find that maybe I am not the greatest of painters. Would we all agree with that statement? Yeah, that I was less than.
Just slower.
I'm slower. Thank you for that. I'm just slower. I appreciate the positive affirmation, Ruth. You're not bad. You're just slower. Hey, listen. Whatever speed you go at, are we ready? I think Ruth showed hers. I do believe I'm going to use your brush because it's a little bigger. And it was. What's the word, Ruth?
Cat.
It's cat. I did it. I didn't get it yesterday. I got it. So, hey, this is a great game you can play for preschoolers. And lo and behold, Miss Kelly was on target. It just spelled a little different. It is sun. As in that, let's see. We did, guinea pig somebody had. I like that. That's a long word. I like it. Somebody guessed guinea pig, though. I think until the tail, I was going guinea pig. Because we've had them on the show. You don't think so?
No, guinea pigs don't have tails.
I guess they don't. I don't know. Do guinea pigs have tails? If it doesn't have a tail, it's not a monkey.
It's an ape.
It's an ape. So, VeggieTales shout out, by the way. Hey, so we thought we would also, because we had an event, didn't we, Ruth?
Yes.
What was that event called?
The carnival.
The Carnival. If you had a chance to come through, thank you so much. You might see your picture here for a minute, but all those pictures are safe and secure out there on Facebook on our Real Life Claremont Families page if you want to go see those. So we would love to see you join us there. But favorite part of, okay, well, let me start with this. What were you doing at the Carnival?
I was handing out these lovely glasses.
Oh, these lovely glasses. Why were we handing out those glasses?
I think because it was it was for pictures.
It was for the pictures, but it was also as a reminder for VBS,
Yes.
which is coming up in July, and we want you guys to be a part of. Now, not your normal VBS like you might have known before. This is a virtual one where we get to do another carnival, a drive-through, get to see you guys play some stuff, give you some resources so you can go home as a family and do VBS. You might see some of these great people, so that was a fun reminder. But Ruth, what was your favorite part of VBS?
That's a hard one. Probably seeing everyone.
I mean carnival, not VBS, my bad. Probably seeing everybody, that was a great part. Honestly, probably my favorite part. You sure it wasn't sweating?
No.
Standing out in the super hot heat. We had tents, but it was still hot. I mean, my nose, you can't tell, was peeling a little bit because we were outside a lot, but it was so fun and so worth it to see you guys, to be a part of that with us, to get to see some of these awesome people. Some came in masks. We all wore masks. Some didn't. Totally cool. But the biggest thing is we want you to sign up for VBS. So in order to do that, you can go to our main Real.Life page. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, there's a VBS kickoff. This is our kickoff event on Monday, June 13th, where you get to come through, do a drive-through just like the carnival, and you get some cool stuff. We give you some resources. You go home, you watch some videos, play some games. We give you everything you need to be a part of that. If you drive through, we might have a snack for you too. Snacks are always a good option, right?
Yes.
We had some pretty sweet snacks at the carnival, I think, right? So we want you to join us virtually for what we are calling Focus. So similar theme, just building on what we've been learning this month with our preschoolers and especially our elementary kiddos. So, real quick, because I asked them at the beginning, and I'll ask you again to share what's the worst thing you've ever eaten. We'd love to know. Ruth, what's the worst thing you've ever eaten?
Probably a raw potato.
A raw potato right here on Kidlife Live. Ah, man, what a memory maker. The worst thing you've ever eaten, I made you eat here on this show. That's saying something right there. This show it builds memories. Shall we say that? All right, maybe? Okay. Hey, you know what? Speaking of other people who need to tell me stuff, I want Zane and Gemma to jump up here and tell me that. So say bye to Ruth. And Ruth, you can jump off. Zane and Gemma, jump on in here. Zane is right now just relaxing, so he's making his way this way. Hence his shirt. If you can't see, it says relax. It's just, he's summer mode.
Yeah.
I think so. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay, real quick, since I asked Ruth, I'm going to ask you the same thing. Worst thing you've ever eaten? Jiggly gels. Oh man, I'm excited about that. Jiggly gels, a staple on this show. Miss Elena actually likes them. She told us last night, which was kind of we're praying for her. So what about you? Worst thing?
I would say jiggly gels, Brussels sprouts.
Oh, Brussels sprouts. Interesting.
It has a lot of things.
I had
Brussels
cheese, powdered mealworms.
Oh, you
before.
once ate mealworms.
Correct.
Were they alive?
No.
If they were alive, would that have made it worse?
Probably.
I agree. It would, yes. But he did once eat a fried mealworm, so that might have been the worst thing he's ever eaten.
It was like
It was. I don't know who. People eat them, though. It's a thing, right? So, we are talking about the idea of focus as part of that VBS, as part of our summer series, and we're taking a closer look at things that God can help us to know that He's there. Okay? And so today, in our elementary video, they talk about photography and the idea of focus. And so I wanted you guys to jump on because you actually took a photography course, am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, so in a photography course, you learned some important things. What kinds of things did you learn? Just give me an idea.
How to focus on an object.
Okay, how to focus. So you take the camera and you gotta adjust the focus because if it's in focus, how do you know if it's in focus?
It looks good. You can actually see it.
It looks more clear.
It's more clear. It's not blurry, right?
Yeah.
So I thought we would play a little game with you guys because I took some pictures, new ones, not last night, so you don't get to cheat. I took some pictures that you have taken, as well as pictures that you are in. I mixed it up. Pictures that you have been in. In fact, you might have taken the pictures you were in. Selfies. And I have mixed it up a little bit. So we're going to call this Get in Focus. Now, because games aren't fun without a prize, there's a prize for winning. The winner does You heard it right. Gemma's favorite and Zane's Jiggly Gels. They're back. With those, if you can't tell, they have lovely little, we're still not sure what's in them.
They're little
You
foam
bought like
cubes.
a mass pack.
I bought a big bunch of them. Wasn't quite sure how well they go over, and they just, I'm telling you, it's awesome.
Your goal is to torture us.
Yeah, I
possibly.
feel
Not to torture you as much as to make it fun. This is fun.
Yeah, that's totally
Definitely.
fun. Eating something we don't
It's
like.
fun
Parents,
for one
shout
of us
out.
around this table.
I mean, shout out. Let's just be honest.
Mhm.
It is fun to torment your kids just a little bit. You know it. I know it. This is where I gain my joy. But the hard thing is, I may also have to eat this, because the way this game is going to work is I have 5 pictures that you have taken. Now, the pictures will look like something like one of this. So you took this picture,
Yes.
okay, as part of your photography class. Now, I've taken those pictures and I have made them blurry, kind of like this. That is intense. So, you must tell me, what is that picture before I reveal the actual
It's a
picture?
world.
It's a world. If you have an idea of what you think it might be, give a shout out. We'd love to hear from you. It's a world because you saw. Now, here's how it works. 5 pictures. You get 3 of them right, I got to eat a Jiggly Gel.
Okay.
If you get less than 3, you got to eat them. If you get more than 3, I got to eat both of those.
Yes.
So 3 means I got to eat 1. 4 or more means I've got to eat 2.
Yes.
But less than 3 means you've got to eat them.
That's rough.
All right? Are you ready? Are you up for this?
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. Now, think about what you are thinking about your pictures.
Okay.
Focus. Right here.
Focus.
Right here. Are you ready? Okay, we are focusing. The first picture is this beauty right here. What is that beautiful picture? What did you take a picture of there?
Oh, goodness.
Oh, what is it? Now, I've taken 2 steps. I've got super blurry. I've got not so blurry, so I'm going to give it another shot. And then I've got the real picture. Okay? Oh, interesting. Okay. You ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, what about that
It's
one?
my horse picture where I took tons of pictures of horses.
You think?
And edited it.
This is a corporate thing. Do you agree, Zane?
Yes.
Are you sure? Oh, your memory serves you well, young Padawan.
I
It
know how
is
to
the horses. Well done. You took pictures of, and very in focus, by the way,
Thank you.
of all of your horse collection for
I'm
a
going
photography project. Good job. Your next one, this one. What is that? Oh, man.
It's a lightsaber.
A lightsaber. Ah, did you ever take a picture of a
No, I
Never took a picture of a
lightsaber?
lightsaber.
It looks like that.
Interesting. Okay. Any guesses? Any guesses? I'll give you another shot. Keep looking. It'll come a little more in focus. Oh, okay.
Oh, those are the bowls that Zane had that lined
Oh,
up.
yeah, I had them in an order.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You're in agreement with this?
She's really good at this. I'm just, yes.
Wow.
That's
I
correct.
honestly, I think you should play separately because
Yes.
Zane would have. Oh, you nailed it. It is a array of bowls, larger to smaller. Okay. I told you it was going to get harder though.
Great.
You've gotten 2 right so far. 1 more, and I got to eat a Jiggly Gel.
Oh,
Oh, interesting. I made that one really blurry, didn't I? Okay. How are we ever?
How are we
You
supposed to guess?
took this picture. You also took that picture.
Oh, man.
Any
people inside.
any
Wait,
idea?
What do we have to say? Like,
I'm gonna need some specific as
there's a
to.
person inside of there.
You think there's people in that picture?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe more specifics. I'm gonna.
probably Ruth and Gemma in the picture.
Okay, I'm gonna need to know the people in the picture. That will qualify. You
Ruth and Gemma.
Yeah.
Ruth and Gemma. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Yes, that's
Ruth
it.
and Gemma. And oh, you missed Abe. That was a selfie you took. In fact,
It's
'cause
basically
that's
ginormous.
Gemma's hand right there.
Yes.
So I'm sorry you did not get that
What?
one.
We
I've
got
never
2
seen that
people.
picture before.
Oh,
So...
you got 2, but you had to get all 3.
You
I
never
am-
said that. You just said we had to get some people into the picture.
Gemma, it's gonna be
Okay.
okay. We'll
I'll suffer it.
Yeah,
so
we
yes.
still have 2 more. So
You got 2 more. It's 2 to 1 right now.
It's fair. It's fair.
Oh,
That's just.
oh, that one got really blurry,
Uh,
didn't it? It looks less blurry on my screen.
mm.
Okay, I'll give you another shot. Okay, a little.
Oh, that's me, and I'm driving in the car.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yeah,
Are you
No,
sure?
technically a van, if we're gonna get really specific. I'm driving in a van.
Wow. You know what? Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Oh, Wah, wah, wah. That's 3, right?
1.
Oh, that's 1. She ponies up 1. Okay, here we go. Last one, and I gotta eat. This gets to be for 2. Now, I'll even give you a hint on this one. You have seen this picture before.
Okay.
Within the last day.
Within the last day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I do believe. Okay, a little more. Are you ready? Okay.
Are
Okay.
those goats? Yeah.
Goats. You think it's a picture of goats. I'm hoping they get this wrong, because if not, I gotta eat 2 of these things. That is not okay, people. Oh, Rosie says family, an arm, a family picture, a stable, a shelf.
Goats.
What's that?
We'll say
Goats.
goats.
You'll say goats.
Yeah.
What I didn't tell you is I made one of those pictures black and white. Oh, no! I still gotta eat one.
We didn't see that, did we?
Yeah, you did. You saw this plant. It just happened to be colorful.
Oh.
Oh, you see where this is going?
In a way.
Because our perspective changes, right? Okay, I've got to eat one of
But I don't
these.
have to eat one of them.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
What?
Let's have you eat this one because
Yes,
you already
yeah.
have. You had a purple.
Oh,
one.
I had a purple.
And
You
now it
wanna?
looks like the cubes are on top.
Thank you
so-
for mixing up the flavors for me, guys.
You're
I
welcome.
really appreciate. I'm wondering what flavor. What do you think flavor?
Except your
Oh, this
palate.
one was good. This one's okay.
This one's okay, Gemma.
I've had
Even
this one, too.
okay. It's what flavor is it?
It's apple.
Hmm.
But the cubes in there are horrible.
You are correct.
Every time.
I was like, well, you know what? It's pear actually.
Pear?
Strangely enough,
Pear?
it's pear. Yeah. I think it's pear. Well, it could be apple.
Honestly, I don't even know how you tell with this.
I don't. It is a flavor
I just
that might be fruit wise. It's not that good. I'm just saying, Jiggly Gels, I appreciate you guys. You have a nice company, but not my thing. But Miss Elena, for you, we're going to get them out there. Hey, so we're going to wrap it up here because some of you guys need to jump on here in just a little bit and watch our service this weekend. Service this weekend is great. We're talking about worship. We're talking about the song Waymaker. And Pastor Clint, our worship pastor, is giving the message. He's got a really cool story about being stranded and how God took care of him. So kind of a cool deal that you gotta listen to that and how God makes a way for us. And sometimes even when we don't see it. Because, what is our verse, Zane?
Faith is being sure of what we hope for. It is being sure of what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1.
Very nice. There wasn't great confidence in that, but
Faith is being
Sure.
I mean, you gotta say it with confidence, right?
It's being
now,
sure of what we do not
the
see.
reason I asked you what's the worst food that you have ever eaten, yes, Rosie, it was disgusting. It might be the worst thing I've eaten worse than Jiggly Gels.
you have.
Yeah, I've eaten some bad stuff. I think I ate a worm once when I was a kid. So a live worm.
You want to try something?
Yeah, there's a whole book about it. I'm sure I did it once. So here's the thing. The reason we're talking about it is because our lesson for this week is about a guy by the name of Peter. Okay, one of Jesus' disciples, who God shows up after Jesus has shown up, has told him, hey, you got to go tell people about me. He is praying on a roof. How often do you guys go pray on the roof?
Not very often.
No, because our roofs are like this. In the Bible, they're like this. So he gets to go up on the roof, kind of like a balcony, and pray. And while he's praying, God is also talking to a man named Cornelius, who happens to be a Roman. They don't get along, Jews and Romans. He tells Cornelius, you got to go find Peter because Peter's got stuff to say. God shows up to Peter and gives him this vision of a sheet coming down, of all the disgusting stuff he's not supposed to eat. Because if you didn't know, watch the lesson. They tell it. The so-and-so show gives a hilarious telling of this. They're not supposed to eat things, at least then, like pigs and certain kinds of sea creatures, all kinds of things they are not supposed to eat. And God says, guess what? It's okay now. Like, now you can go to, Texas Day, Brazil, and go to town with all the meats. Like, basically that's what he says, and that's my term. Fogo de chao, you're game on. That's why it's okay now. But the reason he tells them is because he wants them to know, just because you can't see it, I'm doing a work in that guy's life. Peter follows what God asks him to do, goes to a house he's not supposed to go to, hangs out with them, and all these people get saved and baptized. Because he did what he couldn't necessarily see, but he knew God was calling him to do. So you got to go watch that story. It's really cool. There's some fun activities out there you can do at home. One involves milk and food coloring and cotton balls.
Oh, wow.
You got to try it. It wasn't going to be great on this show because you got to kind of see it up above. But we would love to hear from you and what you are doing. Hey, a couple of things with that. Don't forget VBS. you got to go sign up. We want to see you there, not just for the drive-thru, but we want to see you and your family do some cool stuff this summer with some of those videos. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We may, as part of this, we may show you some of the stuff that we've done as part of our VBS. Be kind of fun because we're going to do it as a family, and it's going to be fun, and we'll do some of those activities and show you about this kind of stuff. So, also, this week you got to jump out on our Zoom calls. Miss Sarah is doing one on Tuesday for preschoolers, although elementary kids could jump on, at 10 a.m. Doing some fun activities, some fun stories, and then Miss Elena's doing one on Thursday. Thank you. Very nice. You guys pointing them out. You guys are super helpful. Yes. Hey, at 10 a.m. on Thursday, we're going to be doing some stuff for elementary kids. We've been doing some cool stuff. Miss Sarah would love to teach you how to draw a hibiscus, she told me. So that'd be kind of fun. Yeah. So some fun activities for you and your family, because we think that's pretty awesome. So we would love for you to jump on and join us. However, we are also back next week. Now, next week is a pretty cool day, at least on Saturday, but we're going to celebrate on Sunday too. It is, what date?
The 4th of July.
The 4th of July! It's where we often celebrate with fireworks. That's right, that's our fireworks effect. So there will be fireworks, literally. Next week, we'll be outside doing some fun stuff with fireworks. You may want to tune in just to be able to call the fire department. And we'll see. I mean, well, yeah, I mean, it could be great entertainment. I'm just saying, like, hey, you know, it's a thing, but we'll be safe. So we want to see you guys back next week to celebrate with us, to have some fun. You can jump on and laugh with us a little bit before you barbecue. But don't forget to jump on and watch the service today, because you and your family, I'm sure, are going to love it. The music is awesome. Great, great songs that we know God is going to use to speak to you. So with that being said, as we always end, what do we say?
God's crazy about you.